Hello. I've just received 2 emails that I feel I have to answer through a webcam because it sounds a little bit convoluted, but it really isn't. This first one asks, I would like to ask you, Burt, after you have reached your happiness and you realize that you are everything, do you then find emptiness that allows you to channel unconditional love? How do you describe this nothingness? As it is nothing. But anything comes from this vastness? How do you apply this knowledge into your life? And the second one, which asks a similar question, which has to do with it, is this. Thank you for your email answers. You keep telling me that by knowing from within me, I shall know for certain. How do I activate this inner wisdom? Now, I would like you to listen very, very closely. Listen like you have never listened before, because I'm going to give you the 3 stages that are going to activate the inner wisdom. It is true that the real teacher is your inner knowing, your inner guide, so to speak. And here is a way to activate that inner knowing. These 3 stages, you might have to listen over and over again to really grasp them. The paradox is that they seem to be complicated because they are so incredibly simple. The first one is the most important one. Please listen closely. Stage number 1. Now, we often confuse the present time with now. Someone asked, they said, my now is lousy. And I don't want to be now. Okay, let's understand. Now is love. Now is joy. Now is peace. Now is beauty. The now is timeless. It is complete. In fact, whenever you feel absolutely wonderful and in tune, it is because you're fully now. But let's understand what this means. First of all, let's take it, the stage 1, by understanding the present time. Everything happens in the present time. If you're thinking about yesterday and you're totally caught in the past, it is still being here now in this present time. In other words, when you think about the past, your thinking is in the present time. There's never a time when it's not present time. If you're anxious about tomorrow, what's going to happen, and you're totally in the future in your mind, that very activity is still in the present time. There is no time than the present time. There is no other time. Okay, we got that. Good. Now let us suppose that something grabs your interest to the point of where you are 100% attentive in the present time. 100%. What happens? Then you enter the now. Let me give you an example. You're listening to a beautiful piece of music. It's over there. It's playing. And you listen to it. And finally it grabs you so much, it just transports you to another dimension, so to speak. You feel it in your whole being, to the point where you disappear and become the music. That's 100% attention. Now it is no longer the present time. It is timeless. You have entered the now. Another one is you are with somebody you love. Your child, your pet, your lover. You're with them. Then comes a moment when you feel a part of them. The two of you have become one. You feel that moment where there is nothing but love, this oneness. That means you have been paying attention 100%, where there is no fragmentation or separation at all. You've become one with. That is the now. That is the first stage. When we understand this fully, we can move to stage 2. Now, stage 2 is this. If you understand that the timeless now is the very essence of what we call love or happiness or peace or beauty or joy, then you also understand that is a timeless essence. It is that ego disappearance of the moment. You are one with what is, in other words, totally. Now, when you are in that state of now, everything is one. There is no separation at all. There isn't even you and another. There's only us. There's no separation. When you begin to understand there is no separation, everything is interconnected, interdependent, interrelated, you begin to feel that total connection of oneness. Okay, that is stage 2. Now, stage 3 is not a difficult one. It is when you start talking, expressing from this oneness. Therefore, to answer your questions, how do you activate the inner knowing? When you go to your essence, which is this now moment feeling of your non-separation, you are in that moment of love, of connection, of being. At that moment, when you start verbalizing what you feel, when you write down what you feel, when you express it in any form, it comes out from your inner wisdom. If you were to have any questions, and put yourself in this stage 1, 2, and 3, and you answer it from that vantage point, you'll find that there is nothing that you really don't know. There is no greater knowledge than this, that you are the very essence of life itself. You are a human being, but you are really a being playing the human role. Thank you. Namaste.